Good morning. Good morning. How are you? It's Monday. That means it's Monday motivation. I am a couple of minutes late. My apologies. I have my coffee here, so I may well slurp throughout this live as well. So, good morning. It is Monday motivation. If you haven't met me before, my name is Helen Bullen. I'm a I suppose you call me a business mentor, but I like to think I support businesses, helping them, especially small businesses, helping them overcome some of the things you find in a business that you never thought you were going to come across. And suddenly business becomes a little bit overwhelming and you wish you had a business partner, but you don't want a business partner. That's where I think I come in. That's a long-winded way, isn't it, of saying business mentor? But for some reason, business mentor just doesn't sit well with me. I've no idea why. I never want to be called a coach. I want to be there as the person that is cheering you on, helping you, just like somebody who was your business partner would be, a good business partner anyway. I've had a few. In fact, mostly now I work on my own, so say no more. Right. So how to have a happy business is what I'm going to talk about today, because it's Monday and Monday should be all about motivation. If you're on, please say hi. Please tell me where you're watching from. If you have a happy business, tell me all that. I'm going to wave to a couple of people that I've got. Good morning. Oh, I like being called an inspirational lady. I think the word lady actually is the term I prefer. Not often used in my world, in my circle. Right. So let's talk about having a happy business. There is no point being an entrepreneur, being a business owner, whatever you like to call yourself, running your own business, if you don't enjoy it. You may as well go and work for somebody else without all the hassle, possibly get paid a more regular income. No, I was going to say higher, but that's not normally the truth. A more regular income, and you don't have to worry about it, and you get set holidays, right? So that's plan B. But plan A, if you're running your own business, it should be the best thing ever. You should be telling your friends, yeah, I work for myself. I can take time off when I want to. I mean, obviously, if you've got a bricks and mortar business like I used to have booked my time off, but I did take time off. But I earned what I want. If I wanted to push for more money, I didn't have to wait for a pay rise. I could go and sort that out. Obviously, the other side stands on owning your business as well. It's not all sweetness and light. But if you run your own business, Worcester, oh, I want to say Worcestershire, but Worcester, or Worcestershire sauce, isn't it? I want to say, but Worcester. And now you're going to tell me the sauce doesn't come from there. Anyway, sorry, that's Els telling me where she's come from. Anybody else want to tell me? That would be lovely too. I'm in Surrey, so there you go. So let's see how to build a happy business, one that you love, one that you adore, one that makes you the money you want, one that allows your friends to look at you with envy and think, I wish I worked for myself. And that can be the case, but it can also be the other case with a lot of entrepreneurs is they are trying too hard to be too busy, not getting the right things done, and it's not happening. And then that's very frustrating and that's not so enjoyable. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. The sun is shining. I'm looking forward to getting out of the door for a walk with the kids. That comes from Hazel. I know it's Hazel and her new business name, which fools me a little bit every time I see it, but not so much. Right. So how do you have a happy business? Well, first of all, build a business you enjoy. Don't build a business somebody else says you have to have. Build a business you want. Now, of course, there has to be the heart bit of building a business, that you love it, you want to do it. You also have to have the head bit of the business where you're saying, is this viable? Is it going to work? Can I step up to the whatever cash flow is going on when I set it up? Can I run it for X amount of months with it maybe not making as much profit as I want? Can I support all that? Or is it something that doesn't take many costs and yes, I can sell with it now and I'll give it a go? And I would say most businesses can be viable. There are some that are so niche, your marketing has to be brilliant. And people do it. But probably the people I work with have got businesses that are pretty good, easy to get off the floor. It's getting the person that runs the business off the floor that I have to do. Like, come on, let's go on, let's get some action. So build a business you enjoy and make changes as necessary. Very rarely can you run a business, and especially in the times right now, especially when I think back to when I started like 25 years ago, there wasn't the internet, there wasn't text, there was just text, I think, when I was graduating, but there wasn't this social media that you can use to promote your business. Running a business is different. It's very much more online, even down to my accounts now. When I first started, I had a book and I wrote in and I double entry bookkeeping. Now I have Xero, I have HubDoc, I put an invoice in, take a photograph, it sends it to my account system. Very, very easy. I used to have to pay a bookkeeper. I don't anymore. I can manage it myself, and my accountant, as I manage it myself, I laugh then my accountant oversees what I've done. But it's a lot easier. So don't think a business, once you've set it up, can stay exactly the same. You have to move with the times and you have to keep up with new things. And I suppose that's what my job is when I'm in the HB Club, my membership, is I try and be a step ahead of the time. Somebody said the other day, what I like about you is you're always ahead of the game. I'm always trying to, I tried TikTok, and actually I'm pretty big on TikTok now, so that's weird. But I tried it to know what it was like, and I thought I'll put my book through it. It's actually worked for me. I'm on Threads. I hate it. Well, is anybody else on Threads? Sorry, Threads. But you're boring. You're boring me. Maybe it's my feed, because normally I would say to people, if it's something you don't like, it's normally you're not curating your feed. That's probably true of me. But it's as interesting to me as Twitter was, or X, as it is called now. But anyway, find your place, find where you're happy, and make sure you promote your business and make sure you change. So things like reels coming in and videos and things like that, that's new over the years. Something new else will come in. I know there's certain platforms that don't do as well for me as used to do well for me, and all that sort of thing. You just have to tailor it. So build a business you want and you enjoy, and then tweak it as you go. The next thing to make a happy business owner is to take some time off. So many people that I work with, and the first thing I'm working with is not on their business. I'm saying, when have you taken any time off? What, you work 7 days a week? It's not conducive to having a business that you will love. All right. It's not conducive at all. If you work all the time, and when I first started my second clinic, actually, it was a bigger clinic. And I really had to push, because by the end, I had like 25, 26 people working there. I had to push because other people were paying bills. I felt the responsibility for it. So I had to really market this place. So sometimes when I started for the first 6 months, I would go in about 8 or 9, and I would sometimes finish at 10. Not every night, because I still had small kids then, but I would sometimes work through doing the marketing. And sometimes you have to do that bit of work, but that shouldn't go on forever. And you can't, you'll get burnout, or your family and friends will all leave you. They won't want to be around you. And what's the point of having a business is everything else around you goes to pot. That's no good. And I'm not talking the drug pot. I'm don't go into rubbish. Yeah. If everything else falls apart, what's the point of having a business that you love? You won't be loving it then. So loving a business doesn't just come from the business itself. It comes from having the life you want. We live our lives. I know I've gone through cancer. Some of you will know my story. I always talk about it on here because also it's a connection to my book. But there you go, link in the bio. But yeah, these curls aren't really mine. Somebody said the other day, oh, you've had the best of both worlds. You used to have straight hair, now you've got curly hair. I've got chemo curls after my hair's come back. And some of you may have seen me doing my lives. But I have had that curveball thrown at me, but my business survived alongside it. And I was fortunate that I had a business that I liked. I was fortunate I had people I liked working with. But I've always stepped up to what I've got to do. And it may be that sometimes in your life, you can't step up as much to your business, but build a business that you love, that you can get other people to help you, and that you take time off. Burnout is not good in a business owner. You will have a business that you used to love and you'll remember loving it, and then suddenly think, I hate it now. It's normally because you haven't built the business with the structure around it. Structure is so important to a business. And, I talk about structure because I can lose my structure very easily. The reason I talk about it easily is I know when I've got structure to my business, like turning up on a Monday and Wednesday every week for my Facebook Lives, or wherever I'm streaming right now live, because I might know on a few platforms. Whenever I turn up for that, that's part of my structure. There is no debating with myself whether I do or I don't. It's no, you do, you set that up and you do. I have other things that are structured as well in my working week. And that means everything seems to fall into place. But I also structure my time off. I book holidays. I want to be traveling. Sometimes I'm working when I'm traveling, but sometimes I'm not. The HB Club know that I'll sometimes say, right, I'm signing off. I'm not around till Tuesday. I'm going to go off for the weekend. Sometimes I'll say to them, I'm around. If you need me, call me. But you have to make the decision to get the time off. And you have to have the decision that you're a business owner. And being a business owner, there should be loads of benefits, right? Loads of it. Not, oh my goodness, where do I get the next penny from? Yeah, not that type of business. So take plenty of time off. The next is, think about your cash flow. If you're starting up a business, make sure you've got enough cash flow to support that business. If you have a business, make sure when there's downtimes. For a lot of people, August can be a quieter month, unless you're in the holiday world or whatever. I don't know, selling bikinis. What else would be good? Maybe sometimes even the fitness, I think, goes off by about August because people have given up trying to get fit. August can be quite a quiet time. September quite often is a busy time, especially if you've got a business where people are making a fresh start or they're renewing something. They've got time before Christmas to make the changes. And then you get to December and then you've got the January spurt, January to April. So there are times in your business when it's going to be really good and times in business where it's going to be a little bit shaky. And you have to have the cash flow for that. And that comes from making your best months so that when you have a slightly lower month coming, I'm not predicting you have lower months, but that's normally what happens with your cash flow in a business, and you should expect it. Or you get a curveball like me that you have to do 6 months worth of 7 months worth of chemotherapy. Ooh, how's your business going to survive? Have you got a backup? Is your cash flow good? And cash flow means you can feel happy because you know you can manage your finances. You know if something comes along like a curveball and you need to take lots of time off, you can do it. So make sure now you're having a little nest egg that you squirrel away. Make sure you're squirreling away your tax money. You know, don't be that person that does their tax return in December. Get it finished now. At least know what tax you've got to pay. And actually, when I see my tax, I don't completely smile, but when I see it, I think, wow, you've earned well. If I've got a high tax bill. If I've got a low one, I may rejoice slightly, but I'm also like, how can I increase that? Okay, so all those things. And I am savvy about claiming all my expenses before anybody says, oh, maybe you need to claim this. You know, and I'm savvy about all of that within the rules. I like to follow the rules because I think by paying tax, I'm helping the rest of the country. The rest of the country do what they need to do, support other people that maybe were like me when I started off. I remember I'd have a bit of income support for a little while. And so now I'm giving back. I've definitely had my share of the NHS, over and above. So I need to pay some money back. So the next time you think, oh, I don't want to earn, I don't want to pay tax. I don't want to pay VAT. I'm struggling on the edge of that at the moment. I'm like, keep my business here. I've had a business before that has been over the VAT threshold, but it was 0 rated. So we didn't have to pay VAT or charge VAT. So that was rather nice. I don't know if I want to go over the VAT threshold. I'm not sure. I see it. And that's a choice. I could say, I could get bigger and I could do that. I could go for that. I don't need that extra money. I don't know if I want the hassle. So you can choose. That's part of being a happy business. You do not have to do what everybody else says is the way of success. Success is what you think success is, right? It may be you just want enough money that you're going to pay for the family holidays. It may be that you need to pay for the mortgage, the bills, a car, the kids, maybe you want to send them to private school, whatever it is, then you have to earn X amount of money and more to have your little stash. So you've got your, somebody said to me, it's like the getaway stash. I don't like calling it that, not a getaway stash. You're not going to run away from anything, but have a little stash that you know is there as a buffer. And that will make you feel happy. I know I've had times when I've not had the buffer. I've had times, this is probably, how many years ago, when I first left my first husband. So it's got to be over 20 years ago. And really, I was living hand to mouth. My kids were pretending everything was fine, but I had credit cards, all sorts of things like that. And I went and did a second job. I went and put people to bed in the evening because I needed that mindset that I wasn't in debt. And debt is a hard one to do. And I know a lot of business owners can be in debt. So if you are, see what you can do today to alleviate that. It might not be that you can get income, but maybe you can put it somewhere where it's got less interest, or you could put money aside to be saving. You stop spending on things you don't need. Anyway, that's another whole thing. But happiness does come from that settled feeling that you know you've got enough. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. We all need water, roof over our head. And for most people in the UK especially, a roof over your head costs you money. Food costs you money. Heating costs you money. So you do need to earn, but earn what you want. Right, I've got a few more. Lots of people on my Instagram today. Please say hi, everyone. I'd love to speak to you. Can't always say your names though. Although Lisa Ann Baker, I can see exactly your name, which is great. I always think on Instagram, it gives me quite often a tag and I'm like, I don't know what to call the person. Whereas on Facebook and LinkedIn and places, it gives me people's names. So I'm very grateful for that. So cash flow, we talked about, make a profit. That makes a happy business. Now that doesn't always happen to begin with, but with work and time and being sensible and taking, this is the next thing I want to talk about, effective action. There is no point being busy, but there is point doing things that will help push your business forward. Right now, I am getting people onto my email list. So if you want to join, there is a quiz right now. The link is in my bio, wherever you are, or it's above the video if you're on Facebook. There is a link there. You can find out your business persona. And what happens, you get on my mailing list. And here's a little in. I'm going to give you a little in. Am I going to share this little in? Yes, I am. If you're on my mailing list, or you've previously done the 10-10 challenge, you will be getting money off the 10-10 challenge that starts on the 4th of September. So there, I've told you, but you have to be on my mailing list. So you need to jump on. You also get right now, depends where you're looking, but I think on most of the links, you will get my business persona quiz, and you can go on, and it's a light-hearted way of looking where you are. But what the best thing is, I think, is I send you some tips and ideas of what to do to get your business going. And I do that with my newsletter too. It's quite informal, like I am. I chat to you. I tell you what's going on in my world. I'll tell you what I think you could be doing to help your world. And I think I'm going to be talking about this week about August being quieter and how to sort of boost things and what to do over this month so that you really hit the ground running in September. So that's what's coming. Anyway, there we go. So being effective in your action. Now, the reason that triggered, why did that trigger my email? I know what it triggered it, because there's also, God, I'm giving away it all today. There's also, if you sign up to it, there's also a money off voucher to that course. I have a course called Effective Action. It won't take you long because it's about taking action effectively. Now, effective action is about doing stuff that needs to be done to build your business, not doing stuff that makes the wall planner look pretty, or tidying something that doesn't need to be tidied today. Actually, the bills need paying, and you need to go connecting on your social media and creating some great posts. That is doing effective action. And I believe you can be effective in like an hour. You could do probably a couple of hours a week and get more done than you spending an afternoon or a day thinking, I hate this, I've got to get marketing done. You could get more done in less time if you stop faffing about. I always say faffing. I want to say it starts with a PH. I don't know why. It doesn't, I know. But I want for faffing. It gives it a better F, I think. But faffing around will not help your business. Being effective will. If you are the person that looks at your to-do list like this, you're like, oh, my to-do list, lovely. What do I want to do? Not what is going to help my business, what's going to build my business, or what's going to make me some money. If you're not looking at your to-do list like that, you're not taking effective action. You're going, oh, I really like it when I organize all my products into a pretty a piece out the back. In fact, the storeroom needs tidying. Well, maybe it does. And I like tidy, but actually maybe today you need to get on and do a live and tell people about your products and show what you're doing and demonstrate and get out of your comfort zone. Oh, who was I listening to the other day? I can't remember. I was listening to a book, and it was on audio. And it was like, getting out of your comfort zone is not comfortable. It's true, isn't it? We call it a comfort zone. And then we forget that if we get out of it, it feels a little bit, that's because it's not your comfort zone. And outside of your comfort zone, you don't have to take, she says, slowing down. You don't have to take a big step. You just have to step out of your comfort zone and step up. And I'm going to remember who it is in a minute. It's annoying me. Mel Robbins. And she has the 5-second rule. I'm reading the book. I would recommend it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When you think you don't want to do something, count backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just do it. I love it. I like the Nike logo. Just do it. I'm like, yeah, just do it. Go for it. Do it. It's not as easy for everybody, but that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, step into it. And if you find it hard, it's even more reason to try it, because otherwise you'll always be stuck in what you're doing now. I can see lots of people on. I think I see Lulu Walsh on. Hello, Lulu. Nice to see you. I know some people's names. If I've missed your message, if you put anything in there, if anybody's put anything there, do say. Right. So where have I got to? So we've got effective action. We've talked about cash flow. We talked about making a profit. Next thing is to be confident. Now, this comes with the stepping outside your comfort zone. And you may say, but I'm not confident. If you keep saying that to yourself, you will not be confident, right? Confident has to come. I'm not talking about fake it till you make it, but faking your confidence sometimes you can do by just stepping in, smiling. I always like to smile. If I go to a networking, this is me at networking. In fact, I've got a prop here. Look, I'm going to take a slip. This is me at networking. I've gone to the coffee machine. I've walked in, I'm smiling. My smile, I don't know, on my TikTok, everybody loves my smile. It's like a Cheshire cat, and I've perfected it, because when I was ill during the chemo, I used to smile in the mirror and think, I can see you in there. My smile, I see me, right? I wasn't looking at the round fat face that I'd got with steroids. I wasn't looking at the body that got 2 stone extra. I was looking at my smile. And it makes you feel good. I mean, I'm a retired osteopath. Your physiology does not know the difference between a faked smile and a real smile. So go in with a smile. Everybody reacts to a smile. You try it today. You walk along the street and you smile at somebody, they will smile back. If you look down, they'll look away too. You get the old person that go, hello, I'm that person. Hi, morning. And somebody goes, oh, you never know if you're going to brighten somebody's day. I'm at the coffee machine. I smile. I turn. I find somebody else with a coffee cup or something like that. And I say, hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. What do you do? Smiling the whole time. I am not a person who likes to do small talk. You may not think that. You may think she talks for England. I would rather stand on a stage with 5,000. I don't know. I don't care what numbers. Many numbers of people. I don't think the numbers would affect me. Just like stand on a stage. As long as I knew what I was talking about, I'd be really happy. You get me in a room of networking or at an event where I have to stand in the hallway beforehand and I have to go and chat to people I don't know. If you've ever seen me at one of those, I'll be sitting over there with my cup of coffee, thinking to myself all the things I want to go through and look, and not hoping actually, because if you ever see me, come and talk to me. Come and talk to me. Because once I talk to people, I'm fine. But I'm not really, it's not my thing. So I will make myself at networking, because that's what I've go and smile and talk to people. And my smile is my introduction. If you look friendly, people will be friendly back to you. Okay. If you look grumpy, miserable, and backing off, that's what you're going to get. So confidence does come a little bit with faking it, but your smile, your endorphins and the serotonin that comes out in your brain does not know. Do it now. Somebody said, now I can't do this because it makes me gag. If you put a pen in your mouth, that's as good. I'm not going to do it for long because I'm like, ugh, I've got a good, this is osteopathic for you, good gag reflex. We used to test it for cranial nerves, so I know all about that. You put a pen in your mouth, it's enough to turn the sides up and your body goes, okay, she's happy. So try it today. But confidence comes with being happy, having a happy business, knowing what you talk about is confident. But you don't have to be an expert that's talking to their peers. You are talking to the people that want to buy from you, and you will have far more knowledge than them. You don't think you have, but you do. You do. I promise you 100% you have far more knowledge than they have. So talk to them. Talk about what you know, but don't think you've got to impress them as if you were talking to maybe your lecturer. If you learnt what you did at college or university, or if you learnt from a mentor, you don't have to be talking to them to impress them. You are talking to the people in words and a way that people understand. I was always thought of as a good tutor. So I just blow my own trumpet then, but I got great feedback from my tutoring. I was an osteopath, great big feedback from my tutoring. Why? Because I like to keep things simple. And I'm the same, I think, in my business. I don't understand complicated things. You throw too many numbers at me and a big spreadsheet and I glaze over. I'm the person that said, well, tell me how many clients I need to get. Tell me how many numbers I need to get through the door. I can work out my profit. I can do that. But once I've got it, then I work with it. And then I work with more my sales rather than with what I've made. So maybe that's you. How do you work? But you know loads, okay? Be confident and just take a deep breath in. Count back 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and do it, or not do it if it's something you're refusing to do. If you're saying no, count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and say yes. There is a case for saying no for some things. You shouldn't say yes to everything. But if it's something you know that would help promote your business or could possibly build your business, just go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can say it quite in your head. You don't have to say it out loud. And then think, yes, thank you for inviting me, or thank you for asking me. I'd love to do it. You can work out the rest later. The only time I would say no is if somebody asked me to go and speak on stage. I don't know. Well, Lulu's on. Maybe if they asked me to go on stage and talk about beauty products. I could probably learn it. I'd be stuck because I wouldn't know, because it's not my expertise. If you ask me to talk about the human body, I'm there. Retired osteopath. Talking about pathology, I'm there. Probably physiology, I'm there. Physiology, I said probably, because it's not my absolute love to teach. Anatomy, I'd teach. Business, I'd get up there straight away and talk about small businesses. But if you ask me to talk about corporate businesses, that's not my world. So I probably would say, well, what part of my knowledge do you want? Because I'm not going to talk probably the way you want me to talk. So I can probably bring some of myself to you, like motivation, but the rest of it, probably not me. So be confident, okay? Be healthy, okay? Being healthy. Now, you can't always help your health. That's me, but be as healthy as you can. Right now, I don't rush to the fridge to eat rubbish. If you are moving more, if you are eating well, you are going to feel happier. You're going to be more able to run your business, more able to have fantastic time off, more able to cope with the kids on holidays. How many of you are coping with the kids on holidays right now? Sharon says, I love this. In fact, all of you, if you're ready to try, do what Sharon's just done. She's put 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in the comments. I'll have a sip of my coffee. Let's see who is ready to be a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As I say, it's Mel Robbins. It's her, I think it's called 5, No, I think it's called the 5-second rule. That's what it's called. I really like it. She's quite straight talking, and I like that. So I love it that loads of you are coming on. You're being 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, which is good. So let's just recap how to be a happy business owner. Number 1, build a business you enjoy. Number 2, make changes when necessary. You have to keep up to date with business, and you as a business owner need to do that. Or get yourself in the HB club, because I'll help you in there, because that's my job. Take plenty of time off. Book it in before you book any of your clients in, or any of your sales or products or whatever. Book your holiday time in. You may have to work over Christmas if you've got a product, but maybe you take off the end of January. Maybe, but you know when that time is. Excuse me, got hiccups. But what you don't want to do is suddenly think at the end of January, I want to take time off, but I can't now because I've not booked it in. So book it in now. Be effective in your action taking. Don't just take action. Be effective. What's going to help your business? Look at that to-do list, go down it and think, right, what absolutely needs to be done? And normally that I used to say that was things like paying invoices, paying the rent, paying wages. That was when I had my big business. That's what I was doing. They were essentials. There was no negotiation. They had to be done. Always pay your rent. Always do those things. Next thing was like, right, what can I do to help build my business? Okay, I can do that. What's going to make me money the fastest? Oh, that one's a good one. Right, I'll go down that one. What takes a bit more time? Oh, that one does. But every day I'll do a little bit of work on that one, so it's ready to go maybe in 3 or 4 months. So you plan your time out. You need structure, and you need to be effective. As I said, if you take my quiz, which is on all my platforms in the bio, you will get the quiz. You'll get results from that quiz, your business persona. You also get a large discount off my effective action course. I can't remember what it is. It's under £50. It's low. It's low, low, low. So if you want that, it will only take you about an hour to do, but that's all my tips on 10-minute timing, all those things, how to do your to-do list, how to structure your business. It's all in there. So if you want that, go take a look. If you can't find it, just come and ask me. And if you can't find the discount, come and ask me. I'll find it for you. There's a little code that you get given to put in. Cash flow. Make sure you manage your finances. Make sure you make a profit. Maybe not be happening right now, but it will happen if you do all these things. Make a profit. Be confident. I've told you how to do that. And be healthy. That is the equation for a happy business owner, and a happy business, and happy family, and a happy life. That is the happy life. I say happy life. You're still going to get curveballs in business and life. I don't believe you can go through and not get something thrown at you, but you'll manage it. You'll cope with it. You'll deal with it. And you'll come out smiling. And let's all do a Cheshire cat smile. There's mine. Smile with your eyes too. Although I look a little bit wild when I do that. I can't smile and talk. That is the only problem. Well, you can sort of look. That's my nice to meet you. That was what you get if I met you. And I would mean it. That's my nice to meet you smile. So thank you so much for joining. I am back on Wednesday, 7:30. You'll see me Mondays and Wednesdays, unless I'm on holiday, in which case I'll try and do a little video. Which I think maybe the week after next, but I'll make sure I organise that, because I've got a holiday booked, of course. I'm going to a festival with my camper van and 6 other mates that have got vans. It's going to be messy, but I'll have a great time. Right, my lovely peeps, have a great, great day. If you want to message me, do tell me how your day's been. I don't mind that at all. But yeah, sign up to my email list, do the quiz. Love to have you on there. And there's a couple of things for that email list. You'll get the quiz. You'll get money off the effective action. And I have told you today, which I wasn't going to, anybody on my email list will get money off the 10-10 challenge, which starts on the 4th of September. And it is a full 10-day, 10-10 challenge. It finishes actually the day before my birthday. So whoop, we'll have a big celebration. Right, speak to you later. I'm going to say goodbye to Instagram. Right, my lovely people, thank you so much for watching today. You have Pfizer. Is it Pfizer? Oh, no, it's because it's your... See, I love a business name, but I also think you should have your business name out there as you. Or it's probably because you're interactive as your business, but I'm going to look up your business now. Vintage guitars. I need a guitar teacher. If you can help me, tell me. I need a guitar. Got a classic? I think I've got a classical guitar. See, I don't even know that. I used to play the piano, but I really want to be good at guitar. And I started and can't make myself do it. So I need a mentor for guitar playing. If you can help me, let me know. Right, my lovely people, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to go. Have a great day. See you Wednesday. Bye.